promise. I'm just organising school for my son for tomorrow, and I thought I would jump on here and do my quick little explanation of mastery, the spiral, conceptual and procedural. So sorry about the downlighting at night time. It just is what it is. So mastery versus spiral. These are really interesting concepts to me. I knew them in general, and I feel like doing these deep dives in curriculum to figure out what works for my son, my 6-year-old son, really has made me come alive in all this research, has made me dive deeper into it. So mastery is when we're talking about, let's use math for example, where they'll give you one concept for a week, 2 weeks, however long it needs it to cover it. And they will give you so many questions and such a deep dive on that one concept because they want to make sure you've mastered it, as in you've completely understood it before you move on, because when they bring that concept back, they're not going to repeat what they did. They're going to do the level up. So you need to know the basics to level up. So for example, my son doing Dimensions Singapore, I thought it's going to be a great program for him because it's conceptual. However, it's very mastery based, and so it's introduced principles to him that he doesn't get naturally, and so he does a few here and there, gets really frustrated over it, and then we are ready to move to the next chapter and he's like, praise the Lord, we're moving on to shapes. And it's like, no, you can't move on until you've mastered this. We're never going to bring it back, this whole new concept that was really hard for your brain to wrap around. So because of that, I've come to understand the power of spiral and mastery. Now, some families are like, I love mastery, and I'm like, go you. For my kids, and even me and my husband talking about how our brains work, spiral is the way to go. Of dropping little gems, letting them taste, then going to other things, then coming back and dropping that gem again and again and again to be like, I now, after weeks of this, or weeks later, reassessing it, now suddenly get what you were trying to teach me. So spiral is when they're constantly dropping bits and it's pretty much spiraling back and forth to be able to teach you. And now speaking about procedural versus conceptual. So procedural, I'm getting the gist, is more like rope learning. I'm not going to explain to you why we do this, just do it. I'm telling you a rule, memorize that rule, and then apply it to 50 different problems and follow the procedure you've been given. Conceptual is taking like 10 steps back, breaking things apart and going, why? Why do we say tens and ones? Why am I telling you to carry the one across? Why does this concept exist? How does it work? Let's learn it in 10 different kinesthetic methods. Let's go back and forth. Let's jump around the house. Kind of teaching. That is so me, and my kids, just especially my boys, engage so much deeper when we are discussing concepts rather than just being told that you have to do something because you have to do it. So hopefully that can help you in your understanding of how kids learn.